We're going to be starting off with the match that put me into the top 8, which is up against Blab. Blab, who is a very strong quick draw player. We're going to be going first. I believe we open absolutely bonkers this game. We have like just everything a Diva player could want. We have Future Fusion. We have the Diva. We have the back row. We can just go in here. We can make Stardust. We're going to set both the Space and the Phoenix Wing. We're just fully committed here, trying to end this game as soon as possible. So they just set a bunch. We blind Space, hit a Torrential. We hit into the Raikou. They mill a Dandy, which is really good for them. Because they have this Caius and the Debris as well. They find Wing Blast. So here I think they calculate that the Future Fusion is the bigger threat. So they Caius the Future Fusion, which was probably correct. They beat over the Gilman, and then they have this Wing Blast to answer my Stardust. We get Dust Shooted, so they end up taking the Sork. Obviously, this isn't such a terrible place to get Dust Shooted, because we have this Foolish, so if they try to, take the Dark Panther to brick our hand, we can just set it right back up. So nice having a hand that's resilient to Dust Shoot. I just decide here that I want to force this back row right now. So I hit in, and they Wing Blast. But that's completely fine with me because we can convert Contact in main 2 now. And we draw into, we draw back into the Sork, and we draw the Dad, which is live. Interestingly, there's been a lot of situations in this tournament where people drew back into things that were shuffled off Dust Shoot, and it was very relevant. So that's kind of a weird recurring theme. But I just decide I'm going to chill here. I'm going to go for the kill next turn. So I Foolish to just thin my deck. I think I search like the Pesky Boy off Cross Border. Yeah. And then I'm just like, you're not going to kill me with 3 cards. I'm just going to chill here. So they just, nothing crazy. They just attack with Caius. So my turn, I just summon Dad. I'm like, alright. I start popping cards. Make a little mistake. I pop the Caius. I probably should have popped a token. I could still clear their whole board, but it's 400 damage that I missed. So they go for the Debris here. But we have the Wing Blast to put back the Dandy and stop this. They can unbrick their top deck with Shell. We're going to go. We find Miracle. Just everything is breaking our way this game. Pretty lucky top deck, so we're going to just slam it. Summoning the Grand Mole was a bit of a mistake here, because if they have like a second Debris, it's just another card we would lose to Black Rose. But it doesn't end up mattering. They draw nothing, so that's going to be the end of that game. Game number 2, they're going to start. They will set the Debris. Pass. The fact that this is Debris really messes me up here, because I go for the Mind Con, and there's just nothing I can do with it. So that's unfortunate. Not the end of the world, though. We have a Dust Shoot still, which is really nice. And the fact that they're setting Debris means that their hand probably sucks. So they find the Foolish. They just send Shell. I think they start poking in here with the Debris Dragon, but it's just 1,000 damage, so we're under no real threat. We go for the Diva. They end up Karma Cutting here just to put the Titanium Engrave for their Call of the Haunted, which they're going to use now. We do have the Wing Blast, though, to answer this. Obviously, we're going to go for the targeting the Titanium. And that leaves the Call basically just stuck in limbo. We find Maui, which sucks, but we're not under a ton of pressure, as I've mentioned. They will make Stardust in main 2. So now we kind of have to do something. But we draw Dark Panther, which makes our Convert Contact live. So we're going to be able to dig. Here we have Rhoda. We do know they have Crow in hand, which means we can't go for Arma Plague into Goyo, take the Stardust, which is what I would want to do normally. So instead, I'm like, alright, we got to deal with this Crow, because it's messing with me here. So I decide to go for Aqua Dolphin. Aqua Dolphin is just an insane card in this matchup. I can't stress enough how awesome it is to be able to look at your opponent's hand and rip a card in Edison format. It's a really, really strong effect. So the fact that it's just always live against the quick draw deck makes it an insane blowout card, which is really nice because I think the Diva Hero deck kind of struggles in these quick draw plant sort of matchups normally. And the Neo-Spacian package really offers it some ways to compensate for that weakness. in the form of Aqua Dolphin and, to a lesser extent, Granule. So here I'm basically going to duo their hand. They have to just chain the Crow here, or they're going to lose it. And then they're going to lose the shell anyway. So, yeah, this was a really awesome play for me. The Aqua Dolphin is insanely value against decks where it's frequently live. But they're just going to hit over it. But we're fine. It's done its job. We have Miracle and a Hero. And then to top all of it off, we top deck the Armanite here. So now we can just go for the Arma Plague play. We were thinking of going for it before, which means we can make Goyo Guardian and take the Stardust, which puts us in a very strong position. However, it's going to be answered by the Kai's top deck, which will banish the Goyo, kill the Stardust. So at this point, we have no choice. We have to just set the alias Activate Miracle Fusion, which we're going to do. They draw a dead card. We draw a dead card, but we're just beating it in. We have the board presence. Sydra's not going to do anything. We're just going to attack again. Here, they have to make a really neggy sort of trade to deal with Ab-Zero. So now I'm just going to try to poke him down with the Pesky Boy. And I think it's going to succeed because they draw into a dead card. So that's the end of the match against Blab. So now we're going to go look at our final match against Burndig, who is on a Zombie Diva hero, or Zombie Diva, I think, deck. So they're going to go first. They set Reaper. This Reaper's going to mess me up this game, by the way. So my hand's really dead, first of all. And it's about to get worse. So here I have the option to go either Dark Panther or Glowmoss to make my Convert Contact live, which will then make my Sork live, right? So if I go Dark Panther and they rip the Dark Panther, I have no light. If I go Glowmoss and they rip the Convert Contact, my hand is just even worse, though. So it's kind of a difficult situation. I think I end up searching the Glowmoss, and then, of course, the Convert Contact gets ripped by the Spirit Reaper, which just bricks us even worse. So here we find Gores, which is a very bad card to draw in this situation. Normally it's pretty strong, but here it doesn't really answer the problem, which is that we're getting our hand ripped apart, and we can't commit any of our cards in any way because they're all just a pile of bricks. So I think we just set Glowmoss and pass. Maybe we should have summoned this and rammed it, I don't know. But we dropped the Gores immediately. I guess I could have gambled and tried to get the 1700 token. Luckily for me, they hit the Mally, so I get a little lucky break, but we get Dust Shooted, which is quite a not lucky break. So things have just gone pretty downhill here. I feel like I have to Sork. Maybe I should have banished the Mizuki. Because then this Book of Life would not be live. But they would still have been able to Kai's me here and out 2 of my threats. So I'm just down bad at this point. Yeah, it's not good. It's not good. So game 1 kind of over before it began. Game number 2 is going to go a lot better for me, though. We open a pretty nice hand. We're going to do typical Diva Hero things. Stratos, Search Mally, set Wing Blast. So I end phase, probably hit the back row here. I think I just OTK them this turn, actually. I just, like, decide, you know, we have Miracle Diva with Mally set up. We can just go for it. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we just hit game right here. We just Brio, bounce, go Colossals, Miracle Fusion. That should be game. So pretty convincing game 2 win for me. On to game number 3. Alright, they're going to start. They set Tomato. They set Bottomless. They go. I have a pretty good hand. I think I just run out the Pesky Boy. Bounce it back. And set the Wing Blast. So they're going to summon the Tomato, attack. I, on attack deck, Wing Blast, drop Gores. This might have been wrong. Yeah, I'm not sure. Maybe I should have just played a little more chill. Anyway, I'm going to think I get really punished here, I think, by Torrential. Yeah, that was rough. This game kind of turns out like Game 1 against Jaina, where I felt like things were going pretty well, but then it just somehow spiraled out of control, and I'm not really clear on what caused it precisely. So here, I mean, honestly, this doesn't look so bad, right? We have convert contact, we can set up. But we just kind of have to set cross-porter. I guess we could have gone Diva, but our guy would have gotten, like, bottomless. I think that's what ends up happening anyway, though. They just go Brionic. They want to threaten, like, a 2-turn clock here. And unfortunately, I just end up in this situation where my hand is all dead cards. Yeah, the Diva's the only thing here that does anything, and my guy just gets bottomless, so that's going to be the end of that duel. So, overall, I was very pleased with how this event went. My team did quite well. Several of us finished in the top 8, not just me. The deck definitely performed beyond my expectations, really surprised me, honestly. I did not expect to do this well, and I think I played pretty well, too. Obviously, I pointed out several misplays that I made over the course of these games, but everyone makes mistakes. Most of them were relatively minor, so yeah. Overall, though, just thought it was a great event, enjoyed it a lot, and I hope you guys have enjoyed watching this little series I did breaking down my performance and showing off the deck, and just trying to give you sort of inside perspective on what I was thinking in each situation and how the card choices are meant to work together. So, with that out of the way, thank you guys for watching, and peace out.